allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all very much. I hope you all had a lovely Independence Day. The first item on the agenda is the extension for carriage trails, also known as Crofton Mews. This is an extension of the deadlines for which to complete substantial construction located at 1269 Route 9G. Actually, this is more popularly known as the area behind the Moose Club. We closed the public hearing last time. We have a resolution prepared for the extension. Mr. Kaufman is here tonight.
Good evening.
Hi, Lou.
Good evening.
Do you want to say anything about this?
Well, I had some comments that I had actually made previously, some of which I appreciate the board having taken consideration of. Just as a point of fact, some of the comments about the SWIP, that the NOI and all of that, we have already done. We also have a revised SWIP submitted, which we also gave to TAD, and the mitigation measures have been completed.
The mitigation measures were completed 8 years ago. My last visit out there, they're kind of in rough shape again.
Okay, I believe we have made the.
Have you redone them?
Yes, but I was told, I was not the one clearing them out, so I will make sure of that. And the other thing, my one concern, the big concern, was, of course, when you wanted to have the performance guarantee posted. And initially, I had asked that it be before a building permit. There was some concern that if we began to dismantle or repair the culvert bridge, that then there was no way for the town to repair it without, or get it back if we stopped. And I respect that concern. My only point is that I thought that maybe it would have been nice to just post the bond before we touch the bridge. But, I am, that is my opinion and my request. I have most of the other things I have noted. I believe the facts are a little outdated, but,
Well, a lot of this is based on the last time that we were all out there. And the whole, Pete, Tad, myself have not been out there together in 12 years, 14, a while back.
Well, not together, not all of us.
Yes, and I was out there not that long ago overlooking to see things. But the issue is that the SWIP would be what sort of allows you to start grading for the roads, change the bridge, et cetera. So that's why we tied it to there. So then it's posted at that point. And of course, it will also be, the numbers will be different because the construction costs will, I hope, be lower. Who knows at that point. In the interim, is there a way that you can take some pictures of the turtle mitigation measures and send them over to us?
yeah, certainly.
Because that was one of my concerns, is that when I saw that you were using equipment to clear out the storm drains, I believe,
Right.
what we were told, if there's no turtle mitigation measures that are in effect at that time, you could be running over endangered species. In addition, I believe I saw that the earth mover had gone into one of the wetland areas, not hugely, but some tracks in through there. So that's why we wanted to make sure that we have a way to have someone be out there if we see activity, to make sure that it complies with everything that's supposed to
Right.
comply with. That's about it.
Okay.
And Mr. Kaufman, as we mentioned on the phone earlier, if you've done the turtle mitigation measures and updated it since the last time the board visited, then the condition is there
Right.
and it's been met. And, if it takes another 8 years for you to start, then you're going to have to redo them and make sure they're satisfactory. So it's not asking you to do something if you've already done it. It's
I
sort
understand.
of like a checklist,
Right.
making sure it's done at the time you're ready to start.
Fair enough. Thank
And
you.
let's hope it doesn't take another 8 years.
Well, I don't think you'll wait that long, so I think we'll have to get that started a lot sooner.
Anybody have any other comments or questions? I believe that someone assigned me this resolution because it's voluminous. Resolution 16-96GJ, resolution to grant a 35-month extension of time to complete construction, carriage trail at Town Center. Whereas, lots of whereases and whereases, and ladies and gentlemen in the audience, this is tracing the history of this project, prior approvals, prior extensions, et cetera, in the whereases. Now therefore be it resolved that pursuant to section 108-9.6B of the Town Code, the Planning Board hereby grants the applicant a final 35-month extension of the time in which the applicant must complete construction to and including June 7th, 2023, subject to the following conditions, which must be satisfied within 60 days of this resolution. Payment of all fees in escrow. Posting of an inspection escrow for the town engineer in the amount of $10,000. Be it further resolved that prior to any disturbance of the existing, did I miss something?
No,
No.
yours says 10,000.
Sorry,
Theirs-
this was
Oh,
lowered,
maybe
this was
It's
lowered
supposed to
for
be 10.
discussion with
10.
Pete.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
It was amended.
This
It
was,
was
this
a
is-
last-minute amendment.
yes, this was a conversation between Pete, Victoria, and I at about 4 o'clock, so.
Okay.
Be it further resolved that prior to any disturbance of the existing conditions at the site, including but not limited to any grading and tree removal, the applicant shall, 1, repair and reinstall all Blading's turtle mitigation measures. 2, approval of an updated SWIP by the planning board engineer and stormwater management officer. 3, obtain a local stormwater permit pursuant to Chapter 93 of the Town Code. And 4, post a performance guarantee and an amount recommended by the planning board in form, substance, and manner of execution acceptable to the attorney of the town. Said performance guarantee shall be posted prior to and as a condition precedent of the SWIP being accepted by the town engineer and stormwater management officer. Be it further resolved, the zoning administrator shall not authorize the issuance of a building permit for any development on the site until the above conditions are satisfied. And be it further resolved that 1, no further extensions shall be granted unless all approvals and permits have been received, renewed, or otherwise in effect. Construction of the project has recommenced and the stormwater pollution prevention plan, or SWIP, has been updated with the DEC to reflect the change in ownership, and site inspections occur in accordance with the Department of Environmental Conservation regulations. 2, if and when an agreement with DCWWA is reached relating to the water line, all legal agreements and/or documents created in connection with the agreement shall be submitted to the town attorney and planning board attorney for approval. And 3, no certificate of occupancy for the last completed structure on the site shall be issued until an as-built survey has been submitted to the zoning administrator verifying the complete implementation of the site plan. Completion of all site plan elements must be in place and verified by an as-built survey prior to the zoning administrator authorizing the issuance of the CO for each structure. There'll be no written or verbal notification of the planning board office to the applicant at such time as the extension expires. Any request for an extension of the deadline set forth here must be submitted to the planning board at least 30 days in advance of said dates.
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
No nays or abstention. The motion carries unanimously. And just for the audience, the applicant has put forth an amended site plan that we're working our way through, so we don't necessarily know that this will ever come to fruition the way it is. We hope we'll be having that one. And Mr. Crofton, I'll try to give you a buzz tomorrow at some point on your cell phone to have a quick discussion about something that Tad and I discussed. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Take
Have a
care.
good evening.
Have a good evening.
The next,
Good
next
night.
on the agenda is a new sign for El Rey Mexican Eatery. Nice to see you. Would you like to tell us about the sign?
I don't have to say anything. It's right in front of you, right? You have pictures of it?
We do.
Okay, and I just put the logo on because Hague Water had a logo on theirs and somebody else had a little squiggly on theirs and it needed something because it's a short
It complies with the design guidelines for the site. This is a new restaurant, well, I shouldn't say restaurant, this will be, I think,
letter. An
limited
eatery, he
service
said, yeah.
and takeout. This will be located actually on, by the Washateria in what we call the Liberty Bell Plaza Tower, right there on Route 9. The ZA has made the recommendation, and we have a resolution prepared. Anybody have any questions about this? Mr. Gercio, this is yours.
Okay, resolution recommendation for the issuance of a sign permit pursuant to Town Code Section 108-24, Spot 3A4D. El Rey Mexican Eatery wall sign. Whereas a sign permit application was submitted to the Town of Hyde Park zoning administrator on June 10, 2022, and finalized on June 17, 2022 for El Rey Mexican Eatery, a copy of which is attached here too. Whereas, now therefore be it resolved that the Town of Hyde Park Planning Board recommends approval of the sign permit for El Rey Mexican Eatery.
Second?
Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Please welcome your client to town for us and wish them luck.
Thank you
It's
very
always good
much.
to see you.
You too. Bye-bye.
The next item on the agenda is another site plan waiver. This is for the approval of a porch and deck addition on a house located at 20 Circle Drive. This is in a scenic area of statewide significance. However, the site is not visible from either one of the historic sites. We have a recommendation from the zoning administrator. Anyone have any questions about this one? There being none, this will go to Mr. Waters.
Yes. Town of Hyde Park Planning Board, DIANE LINENBROKER, 20 Circle Drive, screened-in porch and deck. Resolution 2022-25, July 6, 2022. Whereas an application requesting a waiver of site plan has been made to the Town of Hyde Park Planning Board. by Miss Diane LINENBROKER on June 16, 2022 for the property located at 20 Circle Drive in the town of Hyde Park. Whereas, now there be it resolved that the town of Hyde Park Planning Board hereby waives the site plan requirements for the proposed change as described in the building permit received by the building department on June 10, 2022, and per the request of the planning board dated June 16, 2022.
Second?
Is there any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries unanimously. The next item on the agenda, the enclave at Hyde Park. These are 25 duplexes for 50 total dwelling units located on Cream Street. This has been before us at different times for a while. They did get the solar array, I believe, installed and up and running that was supposed to serve this neighborhood. And we have Mr. Casamento here tonight. Do you want to explain to us why you need the extension? Although you explained it already in a letter, but for the record.
So the project has been, as you know, moved through different stages of between COVID and everything else. They've dealt with health department changes and applications at the buildings. We got the model up, and then we started, COVID hit, and they stopped, and then they trying to go back and forth. But bottom line is they've pulled the permits. They have the permits on the sewer and water plant. They are working on those to move forward. Been working with Don's office, and at this point, they're actively trying to get other permits because they want to build in the economy the way it is, but they need to finish the sewer and water. So they're waiting on equipment at the moment that was ordered 9 months ago.
And Mr. Restermeyer confirmed all that for me a while back, although he said, I haven't heard anything lately, but it's supply chain issues, the current vogue statement for everything. I understand you're waiting on stuff like you said, so at any rate, I wish you luck. All we have to do tonight is to set a public hearing. We have to do hearings for these kinds of extensions, extensions for the additional 180 days to meet conditions. Those don't require a public hearing, but this one does to extend it. So make it a motion to set the public hearing for July 20th.
So moved?
Thank you. Thank you, both vice chairs. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. I didn't think you were going to come out tonight. I would have told you you didn't have to, but
It's all right.
you had a chance to speak into the microphone.
Yeah, it's fine. On the 20th, you will need someone. I'm just trying to coordinate schedules of
I
meetings.
can't imagine there being a member of the public coming to speak about anything other than why you haven't started, so it's up to you guys, because I can answer that pretty
Okay.
much from what you said tonight.
Okay, thank you.
You can save the client a little bit of money that way, too. And yourself an evening.
Well, it's just which meeting to go to.
Right.
So,
Good to see you then, Kim.
thank you, everyone. Have a
Sure.
good night.
Take care. The next item of the agenda is a new freestanding sign for the Culinary Institute of America. We have one of our favorite sign fabricators here tonight, Mr. Bikert. We turn it over to you.
I'm well. How's everyone tonight?
We're good.
Great.
Want to add anything about the sign?
They're new. Cool. And they have a new logo.
Yeah.
They're
That's what I
green.
thought you might want to add. So yes, this
Yeah.
is part of an overall rebranding with logos, I think.
Yeah, the Culinary is undergoing a comprehensive rebrand. These are going to probably be installed mid to end of October. Oh, I'm sorry. I should correct that. August. August. Along with a bunch of other items that will probably be less visible to the public unless you're on campus on a regular basis.
Thank you. So this required a variance, and that was received a while back, I believe.
Mhm.
So otherwise, it's code compliant. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Bikert or comments? This resolution, I believe, is yours, Ann?
Yep. Resolution recommendation for issuance of assigned permits pursuant to Town Code Section 108-224.3A4D. CIA North Entry Sign, 1946 Campus Drive, Hyde Park. Freestanding side, parcel 60, 63-02, 906, 630, July 6, 2022, resolution number 2022-15. Whereas, be it resolved, that the planning board hereby recommends the zoning administrator issue the sign permit for the northerly entry sign to the CIA campus as submitted by Paul Byshert of Timely Signs on April 21st, 2022.
Seconded.
Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries unanimously. Paul, always good to see you. You didn't have to come here
Well,
for this, but
I wish we could spend some more time together. I'm going to head.
Second sign? There's a second sign.
Yep. Yes.
There you go, wish granted.
That was easy.
This is for the south,
I was gonna say, it only said the north.
this is for the south entry
Oh, that's,
sign.
okay,
This is
right,
for the south
right,
entry
there are
sign.
two.
And I believe this is Mr. Oliver's?
Yep. Resolution recommendation for issuance of sign permit pursuant to Town Code Section 108-24.3A4D, the CIA South Entry sign, resolution number 2022-15A, whereas, be it resolved, the planning board hereby recommends the zoning administrator issue the sign permit for the southern entry sign on the CIA campus as submitted by Paul Bychart of Timely Signs on April 21st, 2022.
Seconded.
Thank you, John. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries unanimously, too. Have a nice night.
Thank you. Thank you all for your help.
Always. The next item on the agenda is a site plan waiver for the approval of a rear deck and windows. This is located at 12 Circle Drive. It is also, it's in a historic overlay district, sorry, because it's between the Vanderbilt estate and their niece's estate inside. But this is not visible from either one of the historic sites directly, and we have a recommendation from the zoning administrator. Does anybody have any questions on this one? I believe this is yours, Vice Chair Dexter.
It is. Town of Hyde Park Planning Board, rear deck enlargement, interior renovation, site plan waiver, resolution number 2022-26, whereas an application requesting a waiver of site plan has been made to the Town of Hyde Park Planning Board by Mr. Kenneth Poliziani on July 1st, 2022, for property located at 12 Circle Drive in the Town of Hyde Park, and whereas, now therefore be it resolved that the Town of Hyde Park Planning Board hereby waives site plan requirements for the proposed change as described in the building permit received by the Building Department on June 27th, 2022, and per request to the Planning Board dated July 1st, 2022.
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. The next item on the agenda is, and I believe we just need a motion to allow me to sign the contract so that we can get the traffic analysis started for the hotel and CIA location. We have the contract. They sound great. Anybody have any questions on this one?
No.
And thank you, Pete, for this.
Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah,
Very good
they're
guys.
started by former DOT people, so
Yeah, they're very good.
it's very much on their website.
They're
about-
local,
Yeah.
they know everybody.
So this should be great. So make it a motion to authorize me to sign this.
So moved?
Second?
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And that brings us to the very end of the evening. May I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Thank you to our elected officials, Supervisor Torgiani and the town board for providing the resources to televise this, and thanks everyone.
The building department.
Thank you.
That'll be your record.
6:17.